And the player introductions are wrapped up. The starting fives for both teams, as we're just about ready to get this one started. Welcome and good evening. We welcome you to our GA.
Kevin, thanks very much.
All right, David, thank you. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. We've got Brown. Joe Harris is out there with Griffin. Then it's Kyrie Irving, and it's Claxton in at the center position. And for Milwaukee, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday, and it's Lopez in at the 5 down low. Outside Holiday. No good on the 3.
And as much as Holiday brings to your offense, it's his defense that's repeatedly recognized.
Well, when you make all NBA defensive teams and you're smart and strong and quick like Drew Holiday is, I think not only does the reputation start to build, but your confidence in disrupting somebody else by playing that way is something you rely on. Yeah, put some students in the classroom, because that's exactly how you move the ball. Kyrie terrific at spotting the open man, and then you got to get it to him.
The shot by Holiday, no good. And here are the Nets. Last time they met was in Brooklyn.
Yeah, and in that one, they were aggressive, but also efficient. The exact balance you're looking to achieve.
Well, easy to be efficient on nights like that when everybody has things going. Let's see if they're still in the rhythm tonight.
And here is Irving. Incredible numbers looking at his scoring averages. He's currently scoring more than 28 points a game. From past the arc. Rebound, Milwaukee.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
For Milwaukee, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Middleton dishes to Lopez. Holiday against Irving. To the middle.
No, it's early, but going 0 for 4 to start a game can make a team get a little bit tight.
On the wing, Brown. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Here's Griffin. Pass to Claxton. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. Claxton's got his second bucket tonight.
Yeah, you don't want to leave people open when Blake Griffin has vision of the floor. He exploited the hole in the defense that time.
And it's slammed in by Holiday.
Gives the team such a great element, having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
Irving against Holiday. Stolen by Holiday. Fast break, Milwaukee. DiVincenzo passes to Middleton. Now DiVincenzo. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. Clock at 6. And Holiday kicks to DiVincenzo.
Come on.
Milwaukee the rebound. Kicks it down to Middleton. From beyond the arc and then some.
A long shot for sure, but Middleton fully capable from that kind of range.
We've got 1:48 left to play here in the first. And a wide open look for Irving. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Holiday finds Lopez. Kicks it out to Giannis. Pass to Holiday. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Pass to Griffin. And Griffin slams it in.
So pretty when it's effortless like that. Blake Griffin up in the air, throwing it down, all second nature.
1:15 left here in the opening quarter. Lobbed up there for Lopez. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Griffin with it. Now guarded by Giannis. The kick out to Irving. Harris against Middleton. Back to Harris. 6 to shoot. On its way from Irving for 2. Basket is good. The assist from Harris.
such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
To the paint. Lopez inside, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for the Bucks. Pat Connaughton comes in for Drew Holiday. The Nets also changing it up. DeAndre Jordan comes in for Nicholas Claxton. And Aldridge is subbed in for Blake Griffin. Outside Aldridge. Three-pointer. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Bucks trail by 3. Rejected by Harris. But they'll get another chance. Here's Connaughton. They get it back. Now here's Brown. Pops it up for Jordan. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Well, that's where he's a huge threat to complete any sort of alley-oop. You could throw that at the top of the square, and DJ's going to throw it in.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Nets lead by 5. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. And when asked to compare himself to LeBron James, Giannis had this to say.
I know if I put the work in, maybe.
And Greg, that's the humble, hard-working approach we've come to expect from Giannis.
You know, he's not interested in putting himself on a pedestal. Enough people do that for him. He just wants to become the best he can be and win rings.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
So for Brooklyn now, Joe Harris is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. Then there's Brown. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Johnson in at point. Greg, I know you've played for some great coaches in your day. What is it that separates the truly elite coaches, in your opinion, from just coaches that are pretty good?
I think the one attribute that's most important for a great coach is consistency. And I've said this, you can coach a lot of different ways, you can win a lot of different ways, but you've got to be sincere and true to your principles and your philosophy. And those are the coaches, and I've had them that have done it different ways, but they've been the most successful. And listen, you've also at the professional level, you've got to have a presence about you. You got to have some charisma out there as well to get these men to buy in.
Brooklyn leading by 7. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Luwawu, the pass to Chioza. The dish to Aldridge. Here's Chioza. Covered by Giannis. Let's go. Aldridge can't get it to go. And the Bucks with possession here. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
A game they definitely felt they could win, and with a break here or there, they probably could have.
Well, maybe should have. The score doesn't indicate just how well they competed in that game. For the majority of it, they look like the better team.
Johnson attacking. And Aldridge, the basket on the assist by Johnson. Aldridge has got the lead up to 9 now for Brooklyn.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Out to the right wing. Connaughton passes to Portis. Here's Antetokounmpo. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
As Giannis has grown in his physical stature, widening those shoulders, having more strength, these are the kind of plays that make all that hard work pay off.
Johnson outside. Three-pointer. Antetokounmpo grabs the miss. Antetokounmpo's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And Forbes kicks to Giannis. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. And there's the pass to Tucker. Portis in the post. He's against Jordan. Nice shot by Portis.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around it.
3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Lobs it up for Jordan. Deft touch on the alley-oop.
I just really like how Tyler distributes the basketball, skilled at quickly getting the ball over to the open man.
Giannis, that's a two-pointer. And the dunk by Giannis.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in this second quarter of play. Johnson with it. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Inside, here's Aldridge. Good, and it's Johnson with the assist that time. Johnson's got 3 assists in the game.
Great size and great balance for a big man. Aldridge does a superb job of finishing through the contact.
Here is Forbes. He's guarded by Johnson. Back to Forbes. It's Portis, high post. The three. Forbes can't get it to go. Nets leading by 7. Passes to Luwawu. He kicks it to Aldridge. Johnson outside. Here's Luwawu. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Milwaukee's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Here's Portis. Back to Connaughton. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. The Nets have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Brooklyn gets it back with the new shot clock at 14. Kicks it to Johnson. Back to Jordan. Ball stolen. Right side out of Kumbo. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Well, not only being just an all-around more improved player, Giannis has taken some huge strides in terms of building his body up.
And a deep 3 from Harden. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Brooklyn ahead, up by 4. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by.
Thanks a lot. Kyrie, what were you all focusing on coming into the game tonight?
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. At the end of one, they were able to end up with a 5-point lead. And that'll about do it as we...
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You have to like what we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half. Just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in its small forward. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. Ooh. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Holiday dishes to Middleton. There's the triple. And no good that time. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Block. Side out.
James Harden, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Around the free agent race last year, for your money, Greg, who would you have rather taken? Kawhi and PG, Kevin Durant and Kyrie.
Well, wow. I tell you what, it's a tough call. You know, Kawhi's got a couple finals MVPs. KD's got a couple. Kyrie's got a ring. It's a tough call. I mean, PG is more than capable, man. I think it's a toss-up, partner.
I agree. Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Hard to imagine them losing this game if they can keep shooting like that.
Harden against Holiday. Antetokounmpo passes to Lopez. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Another shot. Kicks it down to Middleton. DiVincenzo against Brown. And Lopez gets it to go.
That's a battle down there. It's one of the reasons Lopez has been in this league for over a decade. Solid effort.
Harden the pass to Brown. Pass to Griffin. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
Yeah, everybody saw that one. That was pretty blatant there.
And a chance there to look back at the stunning mobile 1 block a moment ago.
And read the plate perfectly. Gets himself in the air at the right moment. Terrific denial.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Antetokounmpo. Pat Connaughton comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Dante DiVincenzo. Claxton the pass to Harden. We've got 1:48 left in the third quarter of the game. Lopez grabs the board. Lopez has got his 4th rebound in this one. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Well, a dedicated sprint to the hoop from Holiday there. He earns the trip to the line.
For Milwaukee, they have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well, just about 75% from the line.
A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Jordan, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Aldridge comes in for Blake Griffin. Green, he's checked in for Harris. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Brown. Harden kicks to Aldridge. We've got 1:23 left in the third. Pass to Harden. Shot clock at 5. Fires the 3. And again, no good by Brooklyn. And Connaughton has it in the corner. Here's Tucker, outside Holiday. There's the pass to Forbes. Right wing, Connaughton kicks to Forbes. No good from outside.
Really excellent defense there. They know he's capable of knocking it down from the outside, and they could not have played him better.
A shot by Harden, wide open. They grab their own miss. Irving for 3. Doesn't go for him.
They've been able to have some team success in this game despite what's been an awful shooting night for him.
A nice shot by Tucker.
Really good ball movement there in transition.
Brooklyn leading by 6. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Can they get it? And the jam by Harden.
And I just love how aggressive Harden is inside. When he's deep like that, he is ready to finish with authority.
Holiday looking over the floor. He feeds it to Lopez. And the dunk by Lopez.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
You have to credit the aggressiveness offensively because that's when you make a play when you really need it.
Here's Holiday, and it's slammed in by Holiday.
How about Drew rising up, getting to the rim? Love the power on that dunk, too.
The third quarter comes to a close. The Nets lead by 4. And will... Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. So for Brooklyn now, we've got Brown. Green is out there with DeAndre Jordan. Then it's Harden, and it's Irving at the point guard. Tucker can't get it to go. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Lets it go with a 3. And Chris Middleton pulls it down.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
The Bucks working the ball around. Rebound, Brooklyn. Jordan's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Brown the pass to Jordan. Back to Brown. Holiday against Irving. Passes it to Jordan. Kicks it out to Harden. Outside Irving. Pass to Jordan. To the inside. Clock at 6. Goes back up. And the Nets miss again.
Teammates right now covering up for the type of off performance he's having. In terms of scoring, this has not been his best night.
For 3, Middleton. Brooklyn with the rebound. Jordan's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Harden dishes to Jordan. Brown against Middleton. Irving passes to Harden. Puts up a 3. Harden missing again.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
And the Bucks with some changes. Lopez comes in for Portis, and Antetokounmpo subbed in for P.J. Tucker. The Nets also changing it up. Griffin's checked in for Green, and Harris subbed in for Bruce Brown. Here's Holiday. Back to Antetokounmpo. And the dunk by Giannis.
Well, the versatility that Giannis has out there is such a huge advantage to what they can do offensively. Saw that pick and roll well.
Harden surveying the D. It's thrown by Antetokounmpo. Pass to DiVincenzo. Down low. Knocked away. Kicks it down to Middleton. Middleton on the wing. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Irving finds Griffin. Looking to get it going. Harden's shot is off.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point.
For 3. It's hauled in by Giannis. Antetokounmpo's got 6 rebounds here tonight to tie it up. Feeds it to Lopez. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Lopez has got it all tied up now for Milwaukee. Outside Jordan. Holiday against Irving. It's thrown by Antetokounmpo. Now the pass to DiVincenzo. And it's blocked by Jordan.
Well, the arms of DeAndre Jordan are like a horizon line. They go on forever, which allows him to send those shots back.
Nicholas Claxton's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Here's Forbes. And the Bucks miss again. Brooklyn's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Kicks it out to Harden. Money!
That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
For Milwaukee, they've gone just 2 of 8 in this fourth quarter. The final quarter not treating them well so far. Back to Forbes. Passes it to Lopez. And contact up. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
It's good! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Big-time shot from young Giannis there. He feels more and more comfortable in these big moments.
Griffin. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They're behind by 2. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
And in this situation, they have to go all out for a quick steal on the inbound play. Everyone will be looking for the steal. If they don't get it, then you resort to the foul.
And now we present our New Balance player of the game, James Harden.
And he's played this entire game on his front foot, Kevin. I mean, driving the lane, going to the rim with purpose, and getting those points the hard way.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, I was able to listen to what Mike Budenholzer told his team during that timeout. He told them we've got to make the most of every chance right now. This is a winnable game, but we've got to make plays. Guys, we'll see if they can come back.
Got it!
This guy upping his scoring average every year. Tonight's effort's only going to increase the chances of Giannis to do that again, maybe this season.
And here's Harden. And again, it's the Nets missing. They could win it. Oh, that shot had a chance, but no good. David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For The busy freeways of Los Angeles. We are near.
Kevin, thanks very much.
DA, he is dangerous in both facets. He's hard to stop. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Harden out there with Kyrie Irving. Then there's Harris. Then there's Green. And it's Jordan in at the 5. And for the Clippers, Ivica Zubac is out there with Batum. Then it's Paul George. And there's Jackson, and it's Leonard in at the small forward. The shot's good from Jordan. Well, it is a long season. We know that, and the All-Star break provides Greg some respite. But how do you keep your body fresh as we're heading down the stretch here?
Kevin, you got to listen to the training staff. I mean, first and foremost, teams are getting more advanced, measuring when players are wearing down and trying to protect them. All the tools are there, but you've got to take advantage. And the other thing is mentally, you've got to be fresh. It's not just about your body being fresh. So sometimes you need to be able to shut the brain down in terms of the game and get your focus elsewhere.
Here is Harden. Paul George making his last shot over Jackson. They get the rebound. A nice shot by Jordan. Jordan's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, you know, a big part of offensive rebounding is really relentless effort and high energy, and Jordan knows all about that.
Jackson kicks to Leonard. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
It's hauled in by Zubats. And now the fast break. George with the ball. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Here's Harden. It's hauled in by Zubats.
And Clark, when you look at the footwork of James Harden, arguably some of the best in the history of this league.
And you know, Greg, he studied the greats. I mean, he loved Ginobili's Euro step and then added it to his own game. Now he's taking that to another level, and he's the one giving out the lesson. But you're right, got great strength, but the footwork is really outstanding.
And here are the Nets. Last time they met was in Los Angeles, where they beat the Clippers.
Yeah, and they really squeaked out a close one in that last matchup. Came down to just a few turnovers that gave them the margin of victory.
Well, composure, execution, efficiency in a tight ball game is typically what's going to determine the winner.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now, here is Irving. Incredible numbers looking at his scoring averages. He's currently scoring more than 28 points a game. Leonard attacking, and he uses the glass on the layup. Leonard's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And he's really been working to get those looks, and it's starting to pay off here early on.
Harden against Jackson.
Boy, he's got to be kicking himself for failing to make that shot. That's money.
And Leonard gets it to go. 1:49 left in the first. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Harden dishes to Jordan. Back to Harden. On the high post. And the jumper is good.
And the mid-range game of Harden, excellent. An offensive genius, really. I mean, knows exactly where to get the looks that he wants.
Now, here's George. He picked up 24 points in their last one against Philadelphia.
And there really was a physical aspect of his performance that was off the charts. He was taking it right at him, and he just kept getting those calls and getting to the line.
Good.
Well, the team does a nice job supporting what Kyrie Irving does. I mean, they've got total trust in his ability, so I think they work a lot harder to set him up.
Irving against George. Back to Jackson. And it's blocked by Jordan. And he recovers it. And they're able to recover. Here's George. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
And a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well.
Now, here is Harden. He's an offensive force, averaging nearly 26 points a game. And there's Jordan, putting it right back in.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by.
But only if you grind hard enough to get yourself in tight before the shot goes up, guys. You've got to get your work done before the shot is attempted.
Here is Harden, coming off a stellar performance against Detroit. Now, here is Irving. From deep three-point range, and that one released in time, but no good. It's all tied here in Los Angeles. And we'll... Naturally a ball-dominant player, James Harden talked to us.
Yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal. Of course, I'm playing off the ball.
Giving the offense another dynamic.
And it also helps him preserve some energy for those big moments in the big games.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got, we've got Luke Kennard, also Rajon Rondo out there, and it's Oturu in at the 5 down low.
An efficient score inside. Morris can beat you with a variety of moves.
And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. Brown the pass to Johnson. With the teardrop, it doesn't go for him. Rondo with some nice D. And they're running. Here's Kennard. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
You know, Rondo's highest priority is to get his teammates open shots every trip. I mean, that's what makes him go and endears him to his teammates.
Now here's Brown. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And the Nets miss again. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. And Morris throws it down.
And you see Morris aware of his surroundings, getting a good jump down court.
Johnson down low. He's covered by Rondo. Here's Claxton. Oturu with the rebound.
That's exactly the look they wanted, guys. Right guy, right play, wrong result.
And so they foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
The Nets making a switch here. Griffin's checked in. Kennard drains the 19-footer. Kennard's got the lead up to 8 now for the Clippers.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And Harden with the stuff.
Boy, I love watching Harden pat the rock. Has an unlimited number of moves to choose from. Endless.
Back to Rondo. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Oturu. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor. Nets trail by 6. It's Harden with the drive. And the slam by Blake Griffin. Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
And there's so many guys that, you know, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table. But in reality, they got to fill some roles, right? And, you know, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are 3 names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did. Here's Morris following the basket by Blake Griffin. Over Harden. Los Angeles with another miss.
Even in close to the hoop. That's a tough one to drain when the defense is that stifling.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And the Nets also making a change. Gioza's checked in. Now here's Harden. And it's all evened up. Harden's got 4 points in the quarter.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Harden against George. Good on the bucket.
Really difficult to contain Paul George in these pick and roll sets because of his speed. I mean, that's one element that gives him a great advantage. He's really good at making decisions in tight spaces and in these pick and roll situations.
Chioza's shot is good.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
Now here's Leonard. He had 28 points in the win against Philadelphia.
And they were just struggling to stop him. They sent him to the line over and over, and the free throws were a big part of the game.
It's the Nets now. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And Harden launches it from deep. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. And it's Leonard with the jam.
And Leonard enjoys jamming it home. Got to keep him as far away from the hoop as possible.
The Nets shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight. Free throw good, James Harden. Harden hits them both.
Free throw shooting is about mechanics, confidence, and your mental approach. He's locked in from there most every night.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, good to see you back. And for the Clippers, the wing tandem of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
Setting the floor for the Nets. We've got Jordan. Joe Harris is out there with Griffin. Then it's Kyrie Irving, and it's Chioza in at the point.
Man, you've got to like the way George puts the right touch and art on his shots from deep. He's an outstanding shooter from range.
A nice shot by Irving.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Now, here is George. 9 points in the game so far. Takes the 13-footer. They get it again. He gets it in there. Zubac has got his second basket.
You've got to be aware of him at all times. He's a bully on the backboards.
Irving surveying the floor. And he drops it in from the low post. Irving's got 8.
Give Irving some room to get it off that little floating jump shot of his, and you'll regret it for sure.
And here's George for 3. George missing again.
Well, I don't think he's performing up to his own expectations, but they still find themselves out in front.
And Harris wide open. He shoots. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin.
You know, this is where Harris is most dangerous, one of the very best from behind the arc. His eyes light up when he gets these long-distance chances.
Now, here is George. Checking some stats on him right now. He's averaging just around 22.5 points a game.
He's certainly been cold this quarter, guys, but trying to shoot his way back into a groove.
And this is what happens when you let Griffin establish position. He will make you pay.
George, that's a 2-pointer. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Nice tip in there. I mean, he's got like a sixth sense in terms of where the miss is going to go. That is really a talent.
Now here's Irving. 8 points for him. Left side, Jordan. Pass to Chioza. Here's Griffin. That one doesn't go. Great tee that time from Batum.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Jeff Green is checked in for Blake Griffin.
And when he first came into the league, Blake Griffin's dunking made headlines. And while I'm sure he enjoyed that, he was also eager to show that there was more to his game.
Now, here is George. He's got 9. And goaltending is going to be the call, so they get the basket there anyway.
And George is very capable at knocking down difficult shots. I mean, because of his size and stroke and ball handling and his added strength, he's able to shoot over good defense and knock them down.
Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Harden outside. Shooting fun. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Now here's Rondo. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Over to the wing. Oturu, the pass to Morris. Takes a 3. And again, no good by the Clippers. Greg, if you're a small market team, how do you convince stars that you've drafted and developed to stay and re-sign?
It's a great question, Kevin. I actually think in a lot of ways it's easier today because you can be box office. You can be a superstar in a small market and have the name recognition because of the era we play in. And so I think the biggest way to keep them there is to build a championship caliber team around them. I think that is your saving grace. If you can prove to them that you can build a championship caliber team, I don't really think that there is a reason to want to leave.
That's a solid blueprint. Now, here is Morris. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Rondo against Harden. And it's good for 2. Harden's got the lead up to 4 now for the Nets.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half, sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Now here's Rondo. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Nicholas Claxton's checked in for the Nets. .34 seconds left to play in the third. And he bangs it home with one hand.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
Harden, no good. And Morris throws it down.
Yeah, just aggressive there. Instead of going to one of his patented shots inside, Morris just simply rises up to be free.
And a deep 3 from Harden. No good on the last second attempt there. That's the end of the third, and it's all tied up. And coming up. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Terrific versatility coming from a big man. Not something that the majority of big guys possess.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Ivica Zubac is out there with Batum. Then there's Jackson, and it's Kennard in at the 2. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
So hard to guard, really, without fouling. Leonard is an expert at forcing the issue and getting the call.
George is checked in for Luke Kennard. Leonard hits them both. Brooklyn trailing. Irving kicks to Brown. Passes it to Claxton. Back to Brown. Irving against Jackson. The pass to Claxton. 2 on the clock. With his first shot attempt. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And the Clippers making a switch here. Morris is checked in. Now George. And Luwawu Cabarrot is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Brooklyn making some changes. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Green. And it's Harden in for Bruce Brown. Leonard with the ball. Guarded now by Irving. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game. And here's George for 3. No good, shot missing. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. Stolen by George. Out to Morris. Launches a 3. Brooklyn with the rebound. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. They start a 3-game homestand with that game. In the corner, Harden. On the wing, Irving. Pass to Luwawu. Back to Harden. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From 18 feet away, the shot will not fall.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
And it's off the back rim, no good. That shot, no good. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers.
Oh, that was worth the price of admission. And throw it down, Kawhi. That was nasty. Love watching him go hard and attacking with power.
Now, here is Harden. Pass to Claxton. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession. Outside Irving. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
Boy, he's got outstanding balance. Kyrie Irving is so good at converting through contact. For a little guy, he's one of the best I've seen.
George with the ball. And he comes up with the deuce.
Boy, when George is this aggressive with his offense, it's a sight to behold when he gets rolling. Just get out of the way and let him have the marquee.
Now here's Irving. Stolen by George. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Jackson's got the ball.
That's a smart play Jackson will keep going back to. He knows he'll make it to the rim, get fouled, or maybe both.
First one falls for him. Patterson, he's checked in for the Clippers. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for the Nets. Joe Harris comes in for Luwawu Cabarrot. Nets trail by 5. And here's Irving. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Patterson. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. George against Harden. Jordan up top. Shot clock at 6. On its way from Irving for 2. And again, it's the Nets missing. Clippers leading by 5. George with no one around. And he overshot that one, missing.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Here's Harden. And he makes good on the layup.
How good is that? Harden commanding the ball in these moments. Loves stepping up at crucial times.
George looking around. This is it to Zubac. Back to George. From deep. Brooklyn with the rebound. Jordan's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Harris kicks to Irving. The feed now to Jordan. Out to Harris. Harden against Leonard. 18 that time from Leonard. Clippers have gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the... Oh, man.
And, guys, that's the man you want with the ball in his hands on that critical possession. Kawhi being his best in the biggest moments.
Now, here is Harden. Griffin finds Harden. The 3. Offensive rebound. Irving passes to Harden. The 3 ball. Again, the miss by Harden.
I wonder if switching baskets really threw him off. I mean, because he can't get anything to fall this half.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. The pass to Batum. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. And stolen by Jordan. And Harden launches it from deep. Knocks down the trifecta.
Got to make anybody besides Harden shoot the ball there. I mean, he doesn't feel the pressure. He embraces this stuff. It's right in his wheelhouse. Make somebody else shoot it.
Yeah, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Sure, it's not over. The clock is as much a problem for them as the score is right now, so they've got to try to manage it.
Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Unflappable. This guy relishes being the man to put the game away.
And again, no good by the Clippers. Timeout called the Nets. They trail by 4. Just 4 seconds left in the 4th quarter. And now, let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Paul George.
And I love that it's been a hard-charging performance. Jump shots have been kind of an afterthought. His main goal has been to attack the rim and put the D in some tough spots and also finishing strong.
Started.
The 3 from Harden, off target. So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close. All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. The Brooklyn Nets coming into the building and looking sharp, and they hope.
Kevin, thanks. Start.
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for DeAndre Jordan.
It's a concerning trend for him. Whether he's lost some strength or just isn't putting in as much effort on the glass as he used to, he's not rebounding nearly as effectively anymore. And that's something that needs to change.
So the Nets starting five. Griffin is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. Then it's Harden. Then it's Jordan. And it's Luwawu in at the 2 spot. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the 3 spot. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's his first foul. Now for the teams that are clearly rebuilding, should they simply play the young guns, Greg, no matter what, or they make them earn their minutes?
Kev, I don't know that there's a right answer to that. I think it's really about the personnel and the personalities of the guys on that roster. And really, the front office should play a big role in that as well. But it's a hard call. You got to believe enough in those young guys to say, hey, that's our future. We're going in that direction. But you still got to also take care of your veteran guys who are kind of setting the table for your future.
And so the ball out of bounds. McCollum touched it last. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Griffin kicks to Aldridge. Over McCollum, and Aldridge the basket on the assist by Griffin.
Amazing awareness. He's committed to keeping his eyes up and teammates involved. That's the type of player Griffin is.
And Blake Griffin, the combination of power and agility, that guy is a handful inside.
Yeah, Jay, he can finish with either hand. He favors that right block, and he's got an array of moves down there to keep you guessing. But they've come out the locker room. His eye. 4 for 4 to start tonight.
Lillard attacking. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Oh, you can't give any lane to the basket. Once Lillard sees it, he jumps all over.
Harden against Lillard. Harden, that's good. Harden's got his second basket of the night.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Nobody near Lillard, and it's off from 3-point range. Last game for Brooklyn, they picked up the W against the Detroit Pistons. Harden the pass to Jordan, and it's Jordan with the jam.
Timeout. Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
Oh, man, they built a monster lead here early on, and a lot of this is due to the game plan.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
Well, you look at the points they produced in that game, great adjustments on the offensive end.
In-game adjustments are critical. They did an awesome job taking what the defense gave them.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Cantor's checked in. Brownie's checked in for Brooklyn. Now, here is Harden. After the miss from Damian Lillard. Good D by Covington.
Playing him tough inside and preventing the layup. That'll get the whole team pumped up.
And the dunk by Powell.
That'll get you a pat on the back from your teammate McCollum. Unselfish and aware, picking out the perfect pass.
Here's Harden. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
They've decided to pound the ball inside, using their physicality to set the tone. And last season, we saw teams double and trap James Harden more than any other player in the league. As soon as he crossed half court, they did not want the ball in his hands.
Now here's Lillard. He had 22 points in the win against the Raptors in Toronto.
And it was not a one-man show. That was the best part. He had just as good a game with his passing as he did with his scoring.
And the shot goes down.
And all the trapping had to frustrate Harden. But whatever may come, he's going to make the right play.
Yeah, and he can, Jay, because he's not just a good passer. He's a great passer. He averaged over double digits assists the year they played him at point guard. He makes you pay for sending help.
Here's Lillard, following the basket by LaMarcus Aldridge. Nifty move. And it's Lillard missing.
Well, he has to work harder to get a good high percentage look. I mean, he's been taking some bad shots out there.
Jordan kicks to Griffin. Brown with it. Now Covington defending. Trailblazers trail by 11. Kicks it out to Lillard. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. And that'll be 2 free throws coming. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They have decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it, double checking, and the game continues on.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Enes Kanter, and Anthony subbed in for Robert Covington.
What you love about Lillard is his drive. He wants to keep improving. He's a super competitive player.
And last season, Lillard doing more playmaking than prior years, a career high in assists for him.
Well, we all know that Dame can score whenever he wants to, but this team is better when he's setting others up. Lillard knows that. I expect him to continue to spread the ball around.
Now here's Harden. In the game against Detroit, very impressive. Knocks down the 10-footer. Harden's got 9.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Lillard attacking. Count it.
Love seeing Lillard work it in close. I mean, he has the skills to convert at a high rate.
And it's Harden with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. 9 points. Oh, the power on that throwdown.
Wow. I mean, come on, man. Harden is ridiculously clever, including how he decides to posterize you. A superb athlete.
Here's Lillard. Reverses. The rebound by Harden.
Man, you don't see this fella blow many layups. Not against D like that, anyway.
Here's Green. The layup missed. And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. Nets lead by 11. When Damian Lillard's in the flow, there is no stopping him. And before the game,
I think in the past, anytime
Greg, this is why they say there's no substitute for experience.
And I agree. And, you know, sometimes guys need to learn to be more selfish at times. You also learn, if it ain't broke, keep going with it. Ride the hot hand.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And the Nets pretty much in control here, it would seem.
They came in on a mission, razor-sharp offense in that first period.
Yeah, and now they got to find a way to keep it going, keep growing that lead.
Setting the floor for the Nets. They've got Joe Harris. Luwawu is out there with Harden. And there's Green, and it's Claxton in at the 5 down low. It's McCollum with the drive. Back to Jones. McCollum outside. And he's on the money with his first shot today. Today, Greg, we see a lot more friendly rivalries. Does that bother you?
Not at all. I mean, people like to say, well, our era had the rivalries were more bitter. I disagree with that. I think guys are every bit as competitive today as they've ever been.
That's good to hear.
They just also have more exposure and opportunity to be around one another. Kids today growing up, they've been playing against each other since the 5th, 6th grade in national tournaments. When we played, we didn't get to see the other top players around the country. So I think that was one reason why you didn't have a closeness with guys that unless you were on the same team.
Now here's Harden, guarded closer, off target at the rim. Jones, no one around him. That three off the mark. Nets leading by 7. Griffin with it. Jones covering, and there is a whistle. That'll go on Derek Jones. That is his first foul of the game. And Portland making a change here. Cantor's checked in, and a change for the Nets. Johnson's checked in. Shoots it up. Here's Claxton. And he finishes nicely on the layup. And the Nets lead by 9.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Here's Anthony. Yep, that one goes in there.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
Well, Melo made his way back into the league last season. He was immediately a heavy minutes player for the Blazers. Looked good as a third scoring option for the team.
Harris finds Irving. Just 5 on the clock. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
And taking a look here at the numbers for Anthony, how his last 10 games have gone. He's putting up about 14 points a night, 2 assists, and 3 rebounds. Guys, he's a difference maker off the bench. Steps into that front court and more than holds his own.
Well, it's his willingness to bang down low or move opponents off the block. Those are valuable contributions.
And the pass to Simons. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
And with Melo not having to bear so much of the scoring load, I think it was good for him.
Yeah, especially since he took about a year off from playing. Melo had to take a long look in the mirror about how he can help teams win during his absence. But he clearly has something left to offer.
Jones in the post, guarded by Harris. Back to Cantor. Harris against Jones. Kicks it out to Covington. Outside, Jones. Over Harris. Here's Cantor. Covington wide open. He fires. The Trailblazers rebound. Portland moving the ball around. Back to Jones. It's Powell on the wing. Good on the three-point shot. Powell's got 5 points so far.
Well, he doesn't play around. If the buck is there for him, he's going to get it.
Powell with the steal. Outside, Covington. And here's Cantor. He had 10 points in the win against the Raptors in Toronto. Here's Jones. It's hauled in by Claxton. Kicks to Powell. Tries again. Great D that time from Irving. Nets leading by 6. And now the fast break. Griffin with the ball. And that one's good, Irving.
Love how strong Irving finishes. Awesome at fighting through the defense and sinking these shots.
Here's Simons. He's guarded by Johnson. Pass to Simons. Here's Cantor. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket. Cantor's got his second basket of the night.
When it comes to offensive rebounding, Cantor has led the league in offensive boarding rates. I mean, when you think about it, perhaps the best at picking up his teammates' misses.
And it's Norman Powell with the foul. That's his first foul. Out of bounds, Portland takes possession.
Not a great play on either end. Bad delivery and way too late to react on the catch.
And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. They trail by 6. It's Jones on the wing. And Cantor throws it down.
When you pair Cantor's strong frame with the scorer's mentality, you get a guy that loves the dunk.
And Irving gets it to go on the assist by Jordan. Irving's got his second basket of the game.
Given the size disadvantage, you have to have a lot of confidence to take that shot.
Yeah, no question to take.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny. James Harden was the man in the first. He had 11 points, 3 rebounds. And that should...
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
This game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the court for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Norman Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in its center. Harden draws the double. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Greg, you were drafted 12th overall by the New York Knicks and then 2nd overall by the Grizzlies in the expansion draft. So you've had a very unique view of being in that position in 2 different settings.
Yeah, I mean, 2 very different cities, but really each beautiful in its own way. The New York draft, obviously coming out of college, that was like a dream come true to go and play for Pat Riley and then get the opportunity to go and be a part of a brand new team in a new country, if you will, was also a really cool experience as well.
I hope we can take a petition started by you and me to get the NBA back in Vancouver. I miss
and
going
Seattle,
to Vancouver.
right? Let's get back in both those cities.
Exactly. Harden against Nurkic. Pass to Harden. Jacks up a 3. They get it back. Luwawu, the pass to Harden. Covington with the steal. And a deep 3 from Lillard. No good. That would have tied it. Brooklyn leading by 3.
And you look at Robert Covington, first team all defense in 2018, the kind of versatile stopper that every team in the league could use.
And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for Portland. Back to Powell. Kicks it out to Lillard. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. For the tie, drains it from beyond the arc. Lillard's got the game tied up here for the Trailblazers. And Covington maybe not a star, but he's a winning player. We've seen that.
And the perfect example of that 3-and-D role player can guard 4 or 5 positions and can definitely sling it from outside. Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Nurkic has got 6 points.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Harden against McCollum. Ball's knocked loose. And oh, here we go. Covington's got it. The fast break chance. McCollum finds Nurkic. Now here's McCollum. He's guarded close. Kicks it out to Lillard. 6 to shoot. Harden with it. Lillard picks him up. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That's foul number 2 for him. Carmelo Anthony is checked in for Robert Covington. And then for Brooklyn, Blake Griffin comes in for DeAndre Jordan. And it's Brown in for Luwawu Cabarrot. In the corner, it's Griffin. Aldridge, the pass to Harden. And again, it's the Nets missing.
Oh, he did everything right there except hit the shot.
And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Kicks it out to Lillard. For the lead, back to Nurkic. 5 to shoot. Portland needs to get off a shot. Deep 2 from Anthony. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Nets have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room with the break. They kick it out to Green. Outside Griffin. Taken away by Anthony. And now Portland on the break. Here's Powell and the dunk by Powell.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
Oh, exactly right. Momentum shifting plays like that can change the tone of a game.
It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's McCollum. Kicks it out to Lillard. Fires from deep. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
And now they're turning this game into a drag race, sprinting out for easy fast break basket.
There's the lob to Aldridge. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
It's easy to see how Harden's been the league's top assist man before. I mean, he makes the special feeds.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And there's the foul. It'll go on Bruce Brown. That's his first foul. So for the Trailblazers, Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Jones comes in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for McCollum. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for the Nets. Harris comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Now the feed to Griffin. Launches it. Harris's shot is off. Here's Lillard, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
And once Lillard hits the ground running, he's ready to throw it down. The D has got to step in front of him to prevent that.
And so it's the Portland Trailblazers heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
How about the unselfishness? Night in and night out, we see guys trying to force their own agenda. Not that time.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Setting the floor for the Nets. They've got Griffin. Irving is out there with Brown. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Claxton in at the 4. So it looks like the Nets will retain possession here. So for the Nets, LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for Griffin. Green comes in for Nicholas Claxton. And it's James Harden in for Brown.
Defensively, you can't back off him that much. And you don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
Simons, the pass to Lillard. To the paint. Outside Anthony. Feeds it to Kanter. And Kanter throws it down.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
The coaching staff has to be upset. You can't give the opposition easy baskets like this.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Oh, yeah, bang, bang. An impressive sequence that has them fired up.
Harden the pass to Aldridge. Out to Harris from outside the arc. Good, and Aldridge gets the assist. Harris has got 6 here in this quarter.
Just another way Aldridge beats you as a facilitator. Very comfortable making decisions.
Here's Lillard, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
Incredible reverse throwdown. Excellent body control.
And guys, I'd even go as far to say that was a punctuation dunk. And the basket by Harden.
A ferocious player on the offensive end. Harden is fantastic at staying aggressive, actively looking for a shot.
Passes to Simons. To the inside, Kanter, and Kanter throws it down.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Yeah, it seems like whenever one team scores, the other comes right back with a bucket of its own.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That's on Enes Kanter.
And what a tremendous career for LaMarcus Aldridge. I mean, so many double-doubles. A rim protector, makes plays for others. Man, the list goes on.
For the Trailblazers, Robert Covington's checked in for Anthony. Norman Powell comes in for Jones. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Anthony Simons. Then for the Nets, DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Green. And it's Johnson in for James Harden. Lillard the pass to Kanter. good on the shot.
Embracing physical contact on the way up. Cantor seems to enjoy scoring right on the defense.
Outside Irving. The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. That's on Enes Kanter.
Big time basket there on the...
And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on. And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, and sometimes it's the most subtle moves that make the biggest difference.
Nurkic checked in for Portland. And the Nets also making a change. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Terry Stotts went over with his team. He wants them to maintain their balanced attack, but he told them they're doing a great job of finding space out on the perimeter, which has led to all those good shots. He likes the rhythm and the flow of this offense. He just told them, keep shooting it with confidence. Kevin?
McCollum kicks to Powell. 6 on the shot clock. McCollum passes to Nurkic, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Oh, the sheer size Nurkic possesses is sometimes overwhelming, which is how he gets these fouls.
Free throw good. Nurkic. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for the Nets. Harden comes in for Luwawu Cabarro. Nets trail by 6. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. And the basket is good.
Well, you know they're going to go to Irving in these spots. He's tremendous at scoring when his team needs a bucket.
And so Lillard will bring it up for the Trailblazers. Dishes it to Kanter. McCollum feeling it out a bit. Now the pass to Lillard. Now here's McCollum. And it's blocked by Jordan.
And really, that's the brilliance of Jordan, just denying those shots there with tremendous power.
Brooklyn's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. It's good. And now just a 2-point Trailblazer lead.
Oh, man, there's no denying that Harden nails these shots all the time. Love how he just takes over these possessions.
And it's McCollum in the corner. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got 5 assists in the game.
Love the poise of McCollum. He looks comfortable shooting in crucial moments of the game.
And that one drops for him. Harden's got 10 points in just the second half.
When the game is up in the air, Harden delivers. Easy to understand why he is seen as one of the best players in the league.
Lillard with it, and it's Harden picking him up. Pass to Kanter. It's tipped. Lillard against Harden. Money!
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Yeah, he approached that one with total confidence. He has what it takes to come through in the clutch.
And it's McCollum off the drive. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
He's an experienced player in clutch situations. I mean, McCollum loves being the guy that takes these important shots.
Robert Covington's checked in for Kanter. And then for Brooklyn, LaMarcus Aldridge comes in for Nicholas Claxton. And it's Luwawu Cabarro in for Irving. Here's Harden. It falls! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within one.
Amazing feel for scoring on the interior. I mean, Harden, he's excellent at mixing it up.
Harden against Lillard. Here's the dish to Powell. He kicks it to Nurkic. He's off on that one. To take the lead, got a piece of it. Return to sender, rejected and collected. Great defense with a big win by Portland in a tight game. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining. Greetings, everyone. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for him.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Lopez in at the 5 spot. And looking at the Nets, they've got Kyrie Irving. Jordan is out there with Green. Then it's Harden. And it's Harris in at the 3. Harden's shot is off. And so Giannis will bring it up for the Bucks. Middleton for 3. The rebound by Jeff Green. On the way, Harris fires the 3. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. And it's Milwaukee's ball. Floats it up for Giannis. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. And it's Jordan with the jam.
DeAndre Jordan, simply a force around the cup. This guy has rare athleticism.
Holiday, the pass to DiVincenzo. Kept alive. Lopez kicks to DiVincenzo. Clock at 6. Harris against Middleton for the 3. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. For Brooklyn, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And G.A. Chris Middleton over his career, much improved on the defensive end.
A true two-way player. I tell you, that 6'11" wingspan helps. Able to use that length to bother shots and disrupt passes.
Now, here is Irving. Incredible numbers looking at his scoring averages. He's currently scoring more than 28 points a game. DiVincenzo passes to Lopez. Oh, and here we go. Green's got it. The fast break chance. Dishes it to Jordan. Back to Green. Pulls up on the elbow. Green for 2 points.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
They're basically saying you're going to have to guard us at every point on the floor tonight if you're going to have any chance.
Savvy play from Holiday. Quick thinking helps him get the ball to the wide open man.
And here's Harden for 3. Second shot opportunity. Out to Harris. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Bucks trail by 5. Holiday dishes to Lopez. Bounce past Middleton. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. And now a quick look at some very potent men in the middle lately. Highest scoring big men in the past 10 games. Giannis Antetokounmpo, 4th.
That's as scary a collection of big men as you'd want to see. I mean, game planning for any of them is a challenge because you know how much defensive attention you're going to have to devote to them.
You know, and even with entire defenses schemed around stopping them, their scoring output always remains high. These fellas are anchors in the post for each of their teams.
Here's Holiday. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on James Harden.
Yeah, credit Holiday for getting to the line on that one. With his quickness and length, I'd like to see him do that more often.
Greg, you were a feared ball hawk in your playing days, and I know you see similar players playing today.
No doubt about that, Kev. You know, Ben Simmons, a player at 6'10", with those hands, he's incredible to watch on it. How about Fred VanVleet, though? He's a guy, they say he's 6'1", I don't know, but he gets into you and competes, man, and that's the beauty of our game. You know, you can be as big as the trees and have a major impact, or you can be one of those little fellas, as they like to call us, and be equally as effective on the floor.
Like the Chris Pauls, the Patrick Beverleys, there are a lot of those guys that play the ball like you did so well. Yeah, right. Great players. Here's Brown. The rebound by the Bucks. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
And that was a tough one. They expected to play well and did, just not well enough.
You know what? In the end of the day, it wasn't as close as it should have been. There were lapses all night that led to the deficit they couldn't overcome.
There's the lob to Portis. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Nets passing it around. Brown wide open. He fires. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip-in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Now, here's Antetokounmpo. He's averaging just around 28.5 points a game. So many offensive skills in his toolkit. Middleton on the wing. Fires for three. And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here. So for the Nets, Griffin comes in for Nicholas Claxton. And Harris subbed in for Luwawu Cabarrot. And Milwaukee with a change here, too. Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for Drew Holiday. Middleton finds Portis. And Portis throws it down.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. And there is a whistle. That goes on Bryn Forbes. That's his first foul. There's 10 seconds left to play in the first quarter. On its way from Irving for two. Used the shot fake to create the angle, but couldn't get it to fall. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Nets lead by 3. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment. Earlier on, we ran into Bobby Portis to explain the origin of the underdog.
You know, I think the underdog story started.
And Greg, playing with a chip on his shoulder, has served Portis well.
Some guys try to block out the haters. Portis uses it as fuel to keep achieving more.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Yeah, the defense hasn't been there. They are getting hammered on second chance opportunities.
Setting the floor for the Bucks, we've got Antetokounmpo. He's out there with Bobby Portis, and it's Connaughton in at the three. Here's Connaughton. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against New York. Shot clock at 5. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. From outside, off the mark. Nets leading by 5. And Joe Harris, the lethal shooter, he can also be a threat in the pick-and-roll game.
Yeah, Harris does a great job reading what a defense is giving. He's more than just a catch-and-shoot type of player. Harris can hit shots on the move and isn't afraid to go at defenders.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. He dishes it to Forbes. The pass to Connaughton. Fires, high post. There's Portis. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. And it's sent back by Aldridge. And they'll keep possession. Pass to Connaughton. Inside, and stolen by Aldridge. In transition, here come the Nets. Griffin with the ball. And there's the call on Dante DiVincenzo. That's his first foul. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Brooklyn. Luwawu Cabarro comes in for Brown. And Milwaukee with a change here, too. Lopez is checked in. Here's Claxton. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game. Outside Griffin. And a wide open look for Irving. And good. Got the English that time as it falls.
And after that ragged first quarter, they're getting some momentum, some confidence. Nice flow.
Forbes the pass to Connaughton. And stolen by Aldridge. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Griffin leading the charge. Irving for three. Luwawu Cabarro kicks to Griffin. And there's the call on Dante DiVincenzo. That'll be his second foul of the game.
2 fouls already on him. That is not the way to get your minutes per game up.
Chris Middleton's checked in for the Bucks. And there is a whistle. That goes on Bryn Forbes. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Nets making a change here. Green's checked in. Antetokounmpo's checked in for the Bucks. Holiday comes in for Bryn Forbes. And it's Green missing. Bucks trail by 9. It's tipped. To stop the drought. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Irving with it. And Holiday picks him up defensively. Back to Irving. Over Holiday. Irving can't get it to go. The Bucks have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter. 0 for 5. DiVincenzo can't hit it. Nets leading by 9. Over in the corner, Green. And the Nets miss again.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay. Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
Brooklyn making some changes. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Aldridge. And it's James Harden in for Kyrie Irving. Harden against Holiday. From deep three-point range. And again, it's the Nets missing.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
So strong. Giannis has really added some bulk since entering the league. Helps him absorb the contact.
Here is Harden after the basket by Milwaukee. Shoots the three. Gets that one to drop. First one of the game after 4 straight misses.
This is why I love his game. You really have to admire his tenacity.
Left side, Antetokounmpo. That's a bucket. His third of the game. He shot the ball 7 times.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Harden outside. Harden missing again.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Antetokounmpo finds Lopez. Holiday, the pass to Lopez. And the dunk by Lopez.
Well, one aspect that makes Lopez dangerous, his size. At 7 foot, he doesn't have to go far to slam it home.
Yeah, and I think he was surprised to see that pass coming his way and just really reacted too late.
And Milwaukee calls their first timeout of the game.
You know, couldn't agree more with this timeout. Far too many turnovers to get any kind of offensive rhythm. You're just trying to mix things up here.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Harris.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
Yeah, the anticipation was there. The hustle was there. Very close to picking that one.
And I really marvel at the touch of Antetokounmpo for his size and physique. That's incredible.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Nets out in front, up by 2. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back. And as great as James Harden has been, his game has attracted its share of critics, they say. Thanks for joining us.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You have to like what we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
And let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
We've got Harden. Aldridge out there with DeAndre Jordan. Then there's Griffin, and it's Luwawu in at the shooting guard position. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
You know this, if you're open, you can count on Brook Lopez to find you. He uses his height to spot open teammates.
Harden outside. To the middle. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Brady, we hear this a lot. It's almost too popular now to say good offense beats good defense. Being a defensive-minded player yourself, do you agree with that statement?
Absolutely, Kevin. And the thing is, in today's game, when I played, there was an era, you know, you could hold teams in the 80s and 90s. You could go a quarter and keep them at 12, 15 points. You can't do that now. It's different. You've got to be able to win stretches of 2 and 3 minutes. And honestly, you're right. The offense does dictate far more, but it doesn't discount the importance of defense. And if you still look at the reigning champs and the teams that have won titles recently, that's still one area that they're consistent in is their defensive approach.
4 on the shot clock. Shots good by Middleton.
And this is what Middleton does. Hit trades. He's one of the best in the league at helping his team space the floor.
Antetokounmpo against Harden.
And after defending on the shot, he doesn't give up on the play. Follow that straight to the glass for the rebound.
And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And if you're looking to make a big play with the pass, you've got to love Giannis. He's a big target on those alley-oop lobs.
And stolen by DiVincenzo. Middleton inside the three-point line, off target from the wing.
You know, missed that one, but still a really good start coming off the break. 3 for 4 now.
And Giannis throws it down.
And we talk about Antetokounmpo's all-around skills, and tonight it's been about the scoring. He's put this offense on his back.
Now, here is Harden. He's an offensive force, averaging nearly 26 points a game.
I guess he didn't appreciate getting scored on that last strip.
I guess not. He threw it down right on top of him. Harden against Holiday. Kicks it to Antetokounmpo. Middleton on the wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The high post shot. Jordan with the rebound.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, you know, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Harden dishes to Jordan. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
And if Giannis is anywhere close to you, don't shoot. His length covers a ton of ground, and boy, is he fast.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Aldridge, and the dunk by Aldridge.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Holiday against Harden. Lopez kicks to Middleton. Antetokounmpo looking over the floor. Here's the three. No good that time. And Brooklyn will come the other way. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. That'll be the second of 4 games at home for them.
Superb at finishing through contact. Harden is just so elusive and creative on those strong drives.
On the wing, DiVincenzo drills the three-pointer. And the Bucks lead by 4.
Three-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
Harden against Holiday. Harden the pass to Aldridge. Count that one. Aldridge has got 8 points in the quarter.
That mid-range, Jay, just no problem for a big man like LaMarcus Aldridge. Really, he has patented that jump shot.
Now, here's DiVincenzo. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. Middleton for 3. Rebound, Brooklyn.
Boy, with his shot not falling right now, it might be time to look in a different direction. See if you can get your teammates started.
And Harden launches it from deep. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Harden's got 8 points.
Well, after netting one in the first half, that's the second deep ball to go down for this guy.
And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
And guys, that's a sight we've become far too accustomed to see. Antetokounmpo throwing it down like it was just another day at the office.
Now, here is Harden. He's got 8. 12 seconds left in the third quarter. Now the dish to Aldridge. Over onto Antetokounmpo. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And what a tremendous career for LaMarcus Aldridge. I mean, so many double-doubles. A rim protector, makes plays for others. Man, the list goes on.
LaMarcus Aldridge has been on display for Brooklyn. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed. And you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
You love the unselfishness, finding the best look, and it doesn't matter who's taking it.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. And Milwaukee looking at who they've got. They've got Portis. Dante DiVincenzo. He's out there with Holiday. Then it's P.J. Tucker. And it's Connaughton in at the small forward. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for Milwaukee. On Monday, they'll be facing Kawhi Leonard and the Los Angeles Clippers. And then on Wednesday, they'll take on Marc Gasol and the Los Angeles Lakers.
You know, it might sound cliche, but a road trip like this one is a great time for this team to build chemistry on and off the court. Chemistry absolutely matters in the NBA, and these are the kinds of opportunities teams need to build it.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. LaMarcus Aldridge comes in for Jeff Green. And it's Bruce Brown in for Blake Griffin. The Bucks also changing it up. Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Dante DiVincenzo. The kick out to Brown. And it's off from three-point range. Milwaukee in the lead. Connaughton passes to Antetokounmpo. Back to Connaughton. Over Harris. It's hauled in by Claxton. The net shooting under 40% all in all for the game. Elbow shot is on the way. Irving misses.
And this is exactly what you have to do to stop him. That was a tremendous contest, forcing the miss.
The shot by Holiday, no good.
I'll tell you, everything went right in terms of execution. He just can't get it to go.
And so Aldridge will bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Now Irving. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. The shot's good.
Well, this is one of the best in the league at converting off contact. What body control by Kyrie Irving.
The Bucks trail. Forbes the pass to Giannis. Back to Forbes. Pass to Holiday. Now here's Giannis. And Forbes has it in the corner. Bucks passing it around. Portis off the left rim and out. The Nets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Holiday against Irving, and right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting. Here is Forbes, guarded by Harris. Forbes dishes to Antetokounmpo. Portis in the post. It's hauled in by LaMarcus Aldridge. Aldridge has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Maybe the most highly skilled big man in our league. Giannis is also one of the most frequently fouled bigs in our game.
And he knocks down the first one. So for the Nets, Green comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's James Harden in for Harris. Milwaukee also making some changes. Lopez is checked in for Bobby Portis. Chris Middleton comes in for Pat Connaughton. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Bryn Forbes. That one drops for him. And the Nets lead by 4.
And while his ability to score gets so much attention, Harden demonstrating why he's also regarded as an elite level passer.
Irving passes to Claxton. Irving against Lopez. And here's Brown outside. And Chris Middleton pulls it down. Bucks trail by 4. The drive by Giannis. Green with the block. They get it back, and the shot is good. The Nets have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Outside Irving. Excellent D there from Holiday.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
In attacking with all that width. When Giannis drives, he's either scoring or at least getting the foul.
So the first one drops, and that narrows the gap to 1. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Bruce Brown. And the Bucks making a change here.
And that's how you do it. Free throws can make a huge difference in a tight game.
On the wing, Irving. Lopez with the steal. Fast break, Milwaukee. The shot by Middleton, wide open. It's good on the putback. Guys, what a game. 8 lead changes here.
And don't be surprised if it comes down to the last possession.
Harden outside. So it looks like the Nets will retain possession here. And 1:01 left to play in the final quarter. Here's Irving. And it's sent back by Lopez.
Oh, the long arms of Brook Lopez effortlessly sends that back.
And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way.
Boy, how big might this sort of mistake play out? You never know, but sometimes these are game changers.
And here are the Nets. Here's Harden. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
So much riding on that shot. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
He knocks down the clutch free throw.
Well, this is the kind of player he is. The tougher the moment, the more he elevates his game.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Lopez has mastered the art of the pump fake. He gets the defense lifted. Terrific patience.
And so he was good on both free throws, and that gives them the lead.
Yeah, critical that he's able to convert there. Now they've taken the lead.
Harden surveying the D. Pass to Irving. Back to Harden. Count it!
And that bucket was absolutely huge. A defensive stop now may just seal the deal.
Right side out of the Kumbo. Over Claxton. No good. And stolen by DiVincenzo. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. Guys, your thoughts?
Not sure they have enough time for the catch and shoot here. Only hope is to try for a tip in off the inbound. They've got their work cut out for them on this possession.
And now, let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, James Harden.
And the way he's made his mark with his work inside, he's just been a slasher tonight. Always moving, getting to the basket at will, and just seemingly taking advantage of a D that was reluctant to get in his way.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Harden. And time expires. Fantastic defensive play. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's...
For the land of the free.
Broadcasting live, 2K Sports. And we've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for DeAndre Jordan.
It's a concerning trend for him. Whether he's lost some strength or just isn't putting in as much effort on the glass as he used to, he's not rebounding nearly as effectively anymore. And that's something that needs to change.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. They've got Batum, Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubac in at the center, locking down the middle. And looking at the Nets, they've got Griffin. DeAndre Jordan is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. Then it's Harden, and it's Luwawu in at the 2. Harden with it, guarded now by Jackson. Harden the pass to Luwawu. Harden against Jackson. Harden, no good. Here's Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
And at his peak, Reggie Jackson is one of the better guards in the league. He's still got that confidence.
Yes, he does. Injuries slowed him down, but still able to create his shot anytime he wants. 3 straight misses to begin this contest and already starting to look frustrated.
And Luwawu Cabarro is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And a deep 3 from George. No luck, they battled on the glass but couldn't knock it down. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Leonard inside, guarded by Jordan. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Back to Batum. Jackson kicks to Batum. 6 on the shot clock. Here's George on the mark with the 15-footer.
Facing up from mid-range, George could have tried to drive, but takes what the defense gives him.
Jackson against Harden. And there's Jordan. That's good on the assist by Harden.
And you know, it took them a while to get going, but they finally connected now on their 4th shot of the game.
Griffin against Leonard. Outside Jackson. Back to Leonard. On the wing, Batum. Jackson against Harden. Jackson misses.
Missing that one helps out all the analytical guys from the mid-range.
And Brooklyn with another turnover here.
And now a look at James Harden. His last 10 games have been exceptional. 1st in assists, 5th in scoring, and he's a defensive ball hawk. You can't let your guard down. Remember, he's 10th in the league in steals per game.
And we're talking about the ultimate competitor here. Leading the league in assists, maximizing every possession. He just tears apart a defense. Now here's Leonard. After the miss from Reggie Jackson, Patterson. Here's George. And the Clippers miss again.
You know what, though? They keep calling his number despite the difficult quarter he's had.
Brown is checked in for Brooklyn. I know you grew up with aspirations of someday getting into politics. Any current players who you could see maybe taking that same route?
No doubt. There's several guys in today's game. You know, Harrison Barnes has the polish, and I know he's had some thoughts that maybe going in that direction. Teammates nicknamed Malcolm Brogdon the president for his stately demeanor and commitment to affecting change. I absolutely see him trying to have an impact socially moving forward. There's several guys, again, who not only have the voice, but the courage to speak out about things that matter most to them.
Many sharp guys in the NBA. Here's Oturu. James Harden picking up that last basket. Here's Leonard. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Leonard's got 8 points.
I will say this about his shooting stroke. It's pure when he's got it going. Perfect so far this quarter.
Harden dishes to Green. Rondo against Harden. Wide open look. Oturu with the rebound.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Here's Leonard. Brooklyn with the rebound. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
Yeah, it was all hands on deck. Helps to get points off the bench when you're on the road.
It was a total team effort in terms of passing the baton to the guy that's hot.
Left side, George. And it's Paul George with the finish.
Always up there among the leaders in steals. Leonard gets his team out in transition.
And here's Harris from the arc. And again, it's the Nets missing. And it's the Clippers' ball. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Morris with the bucket.
A pretty simple solution to ending this run. It would just be getting back and actually playing some defense.
A shot by Harden, wide open. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Leonard, that's for two. No good with the wing jumper. Kawhi Leonard has been on display for Los Angeles. He notched 8 points. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
That's their mindset. Attack, attack, and attack some more. You're not going to beat them playing soft.
Here are the five the Clippers have to start the second. Patrick Patterson is out there with Morris. Then there's Jackson. Then it's Rajon Rondo. And it's Coffey in at the three. Al Harden coming off a stellar performance against Detroit. The rebound by Patterson.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game. And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Here is Harden following the basket by Marcus Morris.
So much of rebound is about positioning, effort, no lack of it right there.
Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Coffey passes to Patterson, and it's Rondo in the corner. From deep, up again. LaMarcus Aldridge grabs the miss. Nets trail by 14. And there's the pass to Claxton. Good, it's Harden with the assist that time.
And while his ability to score gets so much attention, Harden demonstrating why he's also regarded as an elite level passer.
Now here's Rondo. The dish now to Patterson. Back to Rondo. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
You know, Rondo takes great pleasure at slicing and dicing up the defense. One of the best passers in the game.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Jordan, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Blake Griffin comes in for Harris. Luwawu is checked in for Brown. And it's Kyrie Irving in for James Harden.
Some guys just understand how to generate points. He's one of them.
And it's Rondo with the ball for the Los Angeles Clippers. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
And the difference in that one, the efficiency from range. They really focused on getting good looks.
And if it wasn't there, each guy was willing to make the extra pass. Trust in his teammates.
Break the two words you and I don't like the most in this game, load management. Why do we see more of it now than when you played in the game?
A couple of things. I think sports science has evolved, and I've talked to a ton of coaches about this. The reality is that now they don't determine whether or not a guy's going to play. It's going to be the people that work with the strength and conditioning. They determine if a guy is ready to go. Secondly, I would also say the contracts now, the investments that teams have in these assets, you want to try to prolong their careers as long as possible. And so I think it's a smart move from an investment standpoint.
You bring up some great points.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
The defense has to be terrified when Blake Griffin makes his mind up to drive it hard.
Kennard, the pass to Oturu. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. to Morris. Passes it to Oturu. Here's Mann. Kennard on the wing. Second chance shot. Jordan with the rebound. Green, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Brown comes in for Kyrie Irving. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Batum's checked in. 1:39 left to play in the first half. Brown the pass to Jordan. The kick out to Brown. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Let's check out the leaders in field goal percentage as a team. Number 1, the Nets.
Just tremendously disciplined offensively, always looking for the best possible shot. That's how they've gotten that field goal percentage to skyrocket.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Irving's checked in. Outside, Batum pulls up on the wing. Leonard kicks to Zubac. Jackson, that's a two-pointer. Los Angeles with another miss. Nets trail by 9. And a wide open look for Irving. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard. Los Angeles has gone 0 of 2 from deep here in the second. Here's George. A quick shot there, and it's off target. For Brooklyn, they've gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Here's Jordan. He can't get that one, and it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
And turnovers were the story for them when they saw each other last. I mean, just a heartbreaking way to lose the game.
The Nets shooting only 31%. Their offense really struggling to put possessions together. Irving passes to Green. Irving against George. To the wing right side. Here's Jordan. Shoots over Leonard. And the shot is long. They could use a bucket. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Fouling to try and stop the shot, but PG-13 with terrific body control makes him pay.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
In their last contest, guys, he was unconscious from the foul line.
And so it's the loss. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see. The story early on was Kawhi Leonard, who was on fire. He had 8. And that's...
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last 2 quarters.
Luwawu is out there with Harden. Then there's Griffin. Then there's LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Jordan in at the center position. So that's the Nets 5. Harden against Jackson. Harden can't hit.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
And his rhythm, it's been way off. The goal now might be to get him something easy at the rim so he can just see the ball go in through the net, and that helps.
And here's Harden after Paul George getting his 3 to go. And the shot goes in.
Superb at finishing through contact. Harden is just so elusive and creative on those strong drives.
Pass to Batum. Outside, George. Kicks it out to Leonard. Zubac the pass to Leonard. Brooklyn with the rebound. Jordan's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Griffin. Rebounded by Jackson. Jackson's got 5 rebounds tonight. Clippers leading by 15. And Leonard has it in the corner. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Batum scanning the floor. Pass to Leonard from deep three-point range. Rebounded by the Nets. Jordan's got 5 rebounds tonight.
And guys, even though he's in a big market, Kawhi Leonard's still not one for the spotlight.
That is so true. It's not about the fame for him. He's in L.A., but Kawhi Leonard stays in his bubble. All the trappings that come with being a great player, he's truly focused on the love of the game, winning and being the best possible player he can be.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket. Yeah, quick trigger. And from that range, if he senses the defenders have backed off, forget about it.
The Clippers have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Zubac kicks to George. The pass to Batum. Back to George. Outside for Jackson. Passes to George. Takes the 3. The Clippers rebound.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Hands with the ball out of bounds. Jordan touched it last. And the upcoming schedule for Brooklyn. On Monday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Then on Wednesday, they'll take on John Wall and the Houston Rockets.
And guys, this is the kind of stretch of the schedule that you dream of. Winnable games at home against opponents you know you have a talent advantage over. It would take a lot for this team to not be successful over this stretch.
And the coach's challenge has been triggered here. The coach wants a review of the out-of-bounds violation.
And you know these types of plays, especially when you're talking about action around the sideline, this is something you can get a much better perspective of on replay than real game speed.
We've got the benefit of new camera angles, Greg. Much easier to see exactly what's going on, especially with the fidelity and angles that we've got access to now. So we just got word from the NBA Replay Center via the official courtside administrator. And the original call will stand for the out-of-bounds violation.
You know, and some people might argue, hey, we're stopping the game, but this uses up a timeout, so that's technically already a break that could happen regardless of the call staying the same.
Now, here is Harden. He's got 6.
What I like, he hasn't stopped competing despite the off night.
Harden against Rondo. Pass to Oturu. Back to Rondo. Drops in the layup for 2. Rondo's got his second bucket of the night.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Here's Harden. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Inside, outside, Harden will attack you from anywhere. Nice play.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
He was extremely sharp at the free throw line in their last outing.
Now here's Rondo. 5 points in the game. Pass to Kennard. Here's Oturu. Out to Morris. A fader. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Off target with his 3.
Defensively, it's hard to account for everything. They gambled off him, and it worked.
And the basket by Harden.
Talk about making halftime adjustments. You love what they're doing with him now offensively.
Rondo. Green with the rebound.
And I'm sure next time he sits down, coach is going to have a few choice words for him with that shot selection.
And you know what? He knows it. You have to try to play within the system or you're going to come away with empty possessions.
And the Clippers making a change here. And Morris has got the ball here for the Los Angeles Clippers. They led by as many as 18 points. To the left wing. Man passes to Rondo. Los Angeles with another miss. Here's Harris. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Harris has got it back down to within single digits for the Nets. Here's Rondo. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers holding on to an 8. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
You know, it takes good vision and it takes good decision making right there. He showed both, and he did so at a very high level.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. So for the Clippers right now, Luke Kennard out there with Marcus Morris. And it's Rajon Rondo. And it's Oturu in at the 5 spot. Harden gets the bucket.
It took a long time for him to get that first triple. Let's see now, though, if he can get going.
Rondo against Harden. There's the pass to Morris. Inside, and there's the whistle. 3-second violation. And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. So, for the Clippers, Nets trail by 5. Now, here's Irving. He kicks to Aldridge. And Aldridge slams it in.
Wow, Aldridge attacking the rack. I love it.
Clippers shooting 38% from the field. A pretty weak showing for them. Here's George, and George with the stuff.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Jackson against Irving. That one misses. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Here's Leonard. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
And you see Kawhi's hustle in transition, always putting himself in position to succeed.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the 4th. Outside Irving. 6 to shoot. Aldridge kicks to Irving over Jackson with the tip. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Jackson against Irving. Jackson dishes to Batum. Kicks it out to Leonard. Tries from 16. Another one falls for the Clippers.
He's been a big factor in their offense tonight, making shot after shot.
Irving passes to Jordan. There's the 3. Again, Irving missing.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got 6 rebounds in the game. The kick out to Aldridge. Paul George with the steal. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Nobody near Leonard. The 3-pointer, no good. Nets trail by 7. Here's Irving. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Calm in the heat of the storm. Kyrie with a big bucket.
Outside, Batum. To the inside. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 3 assists tonight.
That's a well-timed, well-coordinated play. Comes right off the pick for the lay-in.
Irving from long range. A 3-pointer is right on target.
Man, it is tough holding down Kyrie. Smooth release on that shot.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the 4th.
Shut down. This is the way you play defense. This is how you protect the rim.
That one falls. And now just a 2-point Clipper lead.
I like this from Kyrie. Looking for a high percentage shot. Settling for nothing less.
Outside, Batum. Jackson passes to Zubac. Outside, Batum. And George, here we go. Good!
big-time basket at a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
Now here's Irving. Here's Jordan. A second chance effort. The kick out to Irving. Jordan trying to free himself up. Again, Irving missing.
Low percentage shot from long range. Terrible decision, especially when you still have a chance to win this.
To the paint. Here's Jackson. Pass to Zubac. Outside for George. 29 seconds left in the fourth. Jackson deciding where to go with it. Down low. Zubac finds Jackson. George, that's a two-pointer. Blake Griffin pulls it in. And on the way from Irving for three. They get the rebound. And there's Jordan putting it right back in.
Yeah, this is Jordan's mindset, trying to extend the play and convert that effort into points.
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet. And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game out.
Good on the first, and that makes it a three-point lead.
The rare guy who can do everything at both ends. Paul George gives you a chance to win every night. There's the knockout blow. No chance of getting up off the canvas now.
Timeout called, the Nets. They're trailing by 4. Just 4 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
I mean, it's iffy that there's enough time to even get a quick shot and a foul.
And now, a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Paul George.
And he's played this entire game on his front foot, Kevin. I mean, driving the lane, going to the rim with...
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. for DeAndre Jordan.
We've seen him regress as a rebounder these past few seasons. His numbers have come down in that department, and I'd like to see him concentrate on bringing them back up. I'm sure the team would as well. You can never have enough rebounding.
The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the 3. And for Brooklyn, Luwawu is out there with Harden. Then there's Griffin. Then there's LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Claxton in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Nurkic with the steal. Here is Lillard. He's as potent an offensive player as you're going to find in this league. He averages almost 30 points a game. Over to the left wing. From deep. Luwawu's shot is off. Portland's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Powell with it, and it's Harden picking him up. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic, and finished off by Nurkic.
That's tremendous vision on the part of Lillard, just trying to lead the team right now from the point.
Nurkic with the steal. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Covington in the corner. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. Midway through the season, are teams, Brent, still trying to find their identity and evolve, or is it just a matter of building on what you've already got?
I think at this point, you already know what you got, Kevin, and so what you want to do, I want to be the best at what it is that I can do, and that's where I think coaching staffs are focused right now.
4 on the clock. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And so Aldridge will bring it up for the Nets. They traveled to Portland last time they faced the Trailblazers and came away with the win.
And that last one came right down to the wire. The difference for me being the impact they got from their bench.
Yeah, without the scoring they got from that second unit, that is not a game they would have won. They needed every one of those points that they got off the bench.
And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Kicks it out to Covington. Griffin trying to get open, and Covington gets it to go on the assist by McCollum.
Well, if you go to Lehigh, of course, you're going to make smart plays. McCollum good at sensing when his man was going to be wide open.
Offensive rebound. Claxton the pass to Aldridge. Nets passing it around. From deep, Harden. He doesn't hit that one.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Covington dishes to Powell. From the stripe, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
And right now, they're just focused on putting together good possessions.
That's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots, knocked them down, and the game is fully in their control.
You know, it tells you something about Harden that he's led the league in free throw attempts so many times. This man is always in attack mode.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Green comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Joe Harris is checked in for Blake Griffin. And it's Bruce Brown in for Luwawu Cabarrot. Harden with it. Jones covering. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jones. Harris inside the line. With the putback. And there's Jordan putting it right back in.
And how about that beautiful display for us of DeAndre Jordan and that wingspan getting to that ball.
Now here's McCollum coming off a stellar performance against Toronto. Jordan against Anthony. Pass to Simons. McCollum from deep three-point land. Offline with his three.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Here's Green. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. That one goes in.
Superb at finishing through contact. Harden is just so elusive and creative on those strong drives.
Here's McCollum. James Harden picking up that last basket. Right side, Jones. Kicks it out to McCollum. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jeff Green. That is his first foul of the game. 50 seconds left to play in the first. And here's Anthony from the arc. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
I'm not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one. That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
And Portland has possession following the bucket by the Nets. Outside, Jones. Anthony in the corner, pulls it up. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
And the basket by Harden.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Simons, the pass to McCollum. Back to Anthony. Oh, he got it to go.
Patient. Bam.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Trailblazers lead by 1. 2K Sports back in a moment.
What we've learned is staying together.
And Greg, of course, he helps keep everyone on the same page.
He communicates well with his teammates, and he listens. That's why they trust him. The discussions go both ways.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. Guys, what stands out from the Blazers so far?
Well, credit their anticipation skills on the defensive end. They forced a number of turnovers.
Just playing some real gritty defense right now, just getting up in bodies and forcing a lot of turnovers.
On the floor for Portland, they've got McCollum. Anthony out there with Derek Jones. Then, and folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Simons, the pass to Carmelo. Feeds to McCollum. Cantor kicks to Jones. Shot clock at 6. And it's Simons missing. The Nets with the lead. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. And the jam by Harden.
And I just love how aggressive Harden is inside. When he's deep like that, he is ready to finish with authority.
It's stolen by Green. Brown feeling it out a bit. Kicks it out to Harden. The shot, no good. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. They've got the Pistons ahead of them in their next game in Detroit, and that's the final game of this 5-game road run for the team. It's McCollum on the wing, and stolen by Jordan. Pass to Harris. It's Harden with the drive. Lays it up off the glass. Harden's got 8 points in the quarter.
Yeah, just constantly attacking the paint. Harden does not settle.
Knocked loose, and Portland turns it over again. So for the Nets, LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for Green. Luwawu Cabarrot comes in for Brown. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for James Harden. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Jones. Norman Powell's checked in for C.J. McCollum. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Powell against Aldridge, and stolen by Harris. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Here's Irving. That shot is off. Good D by Covington. Here's Lillard, and Lillard throws it down.
And there's the problem. Lillard just too quick and too shifty to stop cold on any dribble drive.
Lillard against Irving. Good D by Covington. Brooklyn Nets come into this one after a win against Detroit.
Yeah, it was all hands on deck. Helps to get points off the bench when you're on the road.
Yeah, saw the box score of that game the next day, and I thought, wow, that's a huge scoring night. Pretty impressive stuff there. He loved to make them pay for giving up that wide open jumper, just unable to do so.
Irving, count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
They are attacking the rim and getting great results.
So for the Nets, Nicholas Claxton comes in for Jordan, and it's Blake Griffin in for Harris. Free throw, good, Irving.
I feel like Kyrie is just never afraid of the challenge in front of him. tougher the situation, seems like the tougher he played.
Outside, Covington. In the corner, Powell with it. The pass to Nurkic. Kicks it out to Lillard. 6 to shoot. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Such a wide open look. Powell's got 5 now.
Nurkic getting more and more comfortable at finding the open men on this team.
Here's Irving. And that one, good.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Powell dishes to Nurkic. There's 42 seconds left in the first half of the game. Passes it to Powell. Now here's Nurkic. Out to the right wing. Nobody near Lillard. And the Trailblazers, another 3.
Just so good at rising, firing, and dismantling defenses.
Here's Irving. Nurkic with the block.
And really the smart thing would be to hold for the last shot.
Every second right now is valuable to you. That should be their strategy.
Out to Anthony. Outside, Covington. Unloads from 13. That one doesn't drop. Here's Luwawu. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again. James Harden led the way in the first half. He had 12 points and 1 steal. It's hard. And that.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. Setting the floor for the Nets. Harden out there with Luwawu. Then there's LaMarcus Aldridge. Then there's Griffin. And it's Claxton in at the center, filling out the middle. And there's the feed to Nurkic. Powell, the pass to Nurkic. Tries from the block. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. We have got to see that sensational mobile 1 block again.
Emphatic with the rejection. You've got to appreciate that kind of forceful defense.
Here's Harden. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic. Greg, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning, and your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much needed asset.
And Nurkic gets it to go.
Nice shot selection there. Nurkic finding a shooting window and making that one count.
Here's Harden. And the layup's good off the glass. Harden's got the lead. Back up to 8 now for Brooklyn.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Poked loose. And here we go. Harden head to the hoop. And the jam by Harden.
And it's another James Harden special we're witnessing here tonight. I think this fella's got some game.
Now here's Powell. He has 5. Lillard outside. It's Covington on the wing. 5 on the clock. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Here's Nurkic. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Nurkic has got 4 this quarter.
And Nurkic proving he's got a little touch there from the mid-range. Very difficult guy to guard.
And the jam by Harden.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the 2-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Lillard attacking. Powell against Harden. Pass to Powell. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. And there's the foul to try to stop the break, and that'll be a clear path to the basket. 2 free throws coming up, and they'll retain possession. This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line in the game.
And you know, something I remember from their last game was how good he was at the line.
And a new group in for the Nets. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Green comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Joe Harris is checked in for Blake Griffin. And it's Bruce Brown in for Luwawu. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Jones checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for C.J. McCollum. Game continues to evolve, Greg. Any changes in particular that you do not like?
That's a great question. You know, I'd like to see the replay review streamlined a little bit better. I wouldn't mind a touch more physicality being allowed in the game, but as much as we tend to complain, the one thing I have learned is if you're honest, you go back, we always complain. I don't care what the era is. Nobody's ever truly happy, and I'm not going to spend all my time worrying about that stuff, partner. I'm just going to enjoy the game that we are all so fortunate enough to be able to watch.
Totally agree. Marcus Aldridge is checked in for Brooklyn. Lillard, the pass to Carmelo, and it's Anthony with the jam.
Melo showing that he's still got it down there, gets enough space to get up and get to the rim.
Taken away. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Lillard with the...
Too much at that.
Another reminder that Damian Lillard can be explosive, and we love it.
It's Harden with the drive and the jam by Harden.
Well, him dominating the offensive end is what accounts for this lead. Just a very difficult guy to stop once he gets going.
Here's Lillard. He's got 10. And the foul on Harden. That is his first foul of the game. We've got 1:13 left to play in the third. Anthony in the corner. Pass to Simons. Portland moving the ball around. Kicks it out to Jones. Just 3 to shoot. A three-pointer off the mark. Nets leading by 11. Harden with it. Lillard picks him up. Brown the pass to Harden. And Harden with the stuff.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Lillard outside. To the wing on the left. Here's Simons. He's covered by Brown. And Lillard kicks to Anthony. The three. The offensive rebound. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Well, the D attempted to foul Kanter before he got that shot off, but too late. Results in the and one.
Griffin's checked in for the Nets. The Nets have gotten nearly everything to drop this quarter. They're 7 of 8 from the floor since halftime. Harden's shot is off. Trailblazers trail by 10. To the middle. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. And Harden with the stuff.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit. And let's listen to head coach Terry Stotts review the game plan with his guys.
Last week, you got to give a little.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. On the floor for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Enes Kanter, and it's Powell in its small forward. It's Covington on the wing. Now here's Powell. D right on him. He feeds it to Kanter. Now the pass to Covington. The 6-footer's good.
Quick to fire off the pass. Got to stay up on Covington or that will happen.
Here's Irving, and he banks in the layup.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Nurkic checked in for the Trailblazers. McCollum kicks to Covington. The putback, and the rebound goes to Griffin. And so Griffin will bring it up for Brooklyn. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. And that's game 2 of this string of 4 games played at home.
Oh, man, this would be a different ball game if they didn't have this type of scoring to rely on.
And Luwawu-Cabarrot is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Nurkic, the pass to Covington. Lays it up and banks it in.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Irving drives in. Here's Jordan outside for Griffin. Passes it to Irving. Another shot. That's no good. He's shooting 5 of 10 for the night. Trailblazers trail by 12. Cullen passes to Powell. Covington wide open. He fires. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. Covington's got 6 here in this quarter.
He's been terrific tonight, and with a little help from the other guys on the floor, they might be able to turn this game around. Yeah, better than giving up the layup. You want to go in there and use the hard foul. They did it there. That's aggressive attitude defensively.
Here's Lillard. Kicks it to Nurkic. That one a little long. That's leading by 10. Irving with the ball. Now guarded by Nurkic. Griffin dishes to Jordan. Back to Irving. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Some changes for Brooklyn. Jeff Green, he's checked in for Jordan. And James Harden subbed in for Kyrie Irving. Here's Harden, and the jam by Harden.
Now that's the kind of passing that opens up the eyes to Blake Griffin's overall talent.
For those just joining us, 4th quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. For Brooklyn, they've gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the 4th quarter. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And looking back at what was a stellar career, Greg, if there was one thing you could have done different, do you have anything on your mind?
You know, I would have loved to have had the opportunity to finish my career in New York. That was a special place, a special time. Unfortunately, that didn't transpire, but that's the one thing that stands out. That and obviously not winning a championship.
I can understand both of those.
Yes.
Brooklyn with the ball. 11-point game. Here's Harden. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Robert Covington picks one up.
Maybe the best ever at earning free throws. I mean, Harden has mastered the art of contact and still being able to get off the shot.
Irving's checked in for Luwawu. Outside, Covington. Stolen by Harden. Irving with it. Lillard picks him up. Timeout called. The Nets. They're up by 12. 1:42 left here in the 4th quarter. And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, James Harden.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan favorite. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Covington in the corner. McCollum kicks to Lillard. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got 5 assists in the game. Here's Harden. Makes it off the glass. Harden's got 43 points.
Yeah, I love watching Harden be aggressive inside. One of the most efficient scorers in our game.
Covington dishes to Nurkic. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Portland moving the ball around. Clock at 6. Back to Covington. Pass to Powell. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
Yeah, that's a tough one. An experienced player in the pro game shouldn't be making that pass.
Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Nets.
Free throws were a big factor in this one.
You know, it's always great to get a lot of shots at the line, but the key, they were able to convert tonight. You start making free throws, and it can get you the win.
And so checking out their record tonight, that'll mark win number 32 overall.
And they've taken control of the season series. This brings them to 2-0 with 1 game left against this squad.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for James Harden.
He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long. Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
Pass to Powell. And here's McCollum. Now Powell. Releases from 15. Great positioning on the putback.
One of the game's very best offensive rebounders. Kanter also has the wherewithal to quickly convert for the score.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this. David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks.